Tonight, on a Nation Sports Show, we bring to you our analysis for Week 8 in the National Football League, give you our score predictions for Week 9's games, and the World Series. After splitting the first two games in Houston, the series shifts to the city of brotherly love. At the end of Game 3, who will have a 2-1 series lead heading into Game 4. It's showtime. From the gridiron to the court, talking all that is sport, breaking down the latest news, scores, and more. Welcome to our Nation Sports Show.
Holy a new intro. Interesting. A new intro. Very good job, Steven. We'll introduce you in a second. I love that intro, man. There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. Yes, I did that. Yes, I did quote Foo Fighters. If you don't like them, right there for you. We are here. We are live. It is another Tuesday. You wanted the best. Well, they weren't available, so you get us instead. It is our Nation Sports Show. It is good to be with you all. It's good to be back in the host chair after a week off. Man, it feels like forever. It feels like an eternity, but I'm here and I'm ready to do it with you guys. And it's good to be back. Can't wait to do this with my crew here. And we have a special crew because it is the 5 of us. The original crew is back. And we are here to talk all things sports. And, dude, it's going to be an awesome show, everybody. Thank you to everybody watching this currently. Please tell your friends, your family, people you hate, people you love. Tell them about this show. And the ways you can do that is, of course, Twitter at Owen_Sports Show, Facebook.com/Our Nation Sports Show, Instagram.com/Our Nation Sports Show. And hit us up on the YouTube where we are live right now, YouTube.com/Our Nation Sports Show. Don't forget to follow, of course, The Nation's Corner, which will be live 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, Saturdays. Of course, with Tony, Justice, Debhausen, Front Row, and Mongrovian Mike. You get to check them out every week as they talk all things pro wrestling. And we've only begun. It's already been a busy week. All the news, the announcements. Of course, got to send out a couple of congratulations. Congratulations to Game Changer Wrestling on joining Fight Plus, which is a big deal, and Pro Wrestling Revolver, which is Sammy Callahan from Impact Wrestling Promotion that also joined Paramount Plus. Fight Plus. Congratulations to both on that. Also, don't forget to follow my crew, Too Sweet Cosplay, the Cosplay Wrestling crew, at all of our socials at Too Sweet Cosplay as well. Next big appearance for us will more than likely be C2E2 2023. Confirmation on that should be coming within the next couple months. So keep an eye on our social medias for more. Now that I got the whole spiel out of the way and I can actually take a damn breath for a second, I feel like Excalibur trying to read off the freaking Rampage and Dynamite cards for the next week. Yeah. No, okay. We got the full crew here, and let's do it right. Let's start it off. Let's welcome back our boy here. Man, he is Tom Brady's number one hater, and the man who hates. If he hates Tom Brady, I hate to see what he truly dislikes. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Randy Garn. Sir, welcome back, and thank you for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's been a weird month without the podcast. I miss you guys. I'm glad to be back. So I'm just going to make sure if I do good, I don't take my helmet off so I won't get penalized like DJ Moore. So, having said that, let's go.
All right, buddy. Thank you once again. Welcome back, brother. We missed you. Now, let's bring on the next person in this crew, and that is, of course, none other than our buddy Joey JT Thornton. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having an amazing Tuesday. Hope my echo is gone for right now.
It's gone for now.
Yep, everything seems good. Everything seems good.
So yeah, but I'm happy to be here. My Commanders are running a 3-game win streak. NBA's picking up. World Series is picking up. So what the hell are we waiting for? Let's go!
And
Linkin Park reference? I like it.
I'm throwing Foo Fighters references. He's throwing Linkin Park references. Man, this this show is crawling very bad. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. So let's go.
These wounds they will not heal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have the leader of the Niner gang himself for the sports show. This man not only is riding a hot hand with his somewhat with his San Francisco 49ers, but also his Golden State Warriors as well. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than KR Kevin Rory. What's up, brother?
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's had a good week and a good weekend and a safe week so far. And hope everybody enjoyed this week's past games and hope you didn't rip your heads off, especially all you cardiac cat fans out there. Had a cardiac arrest from that game, but we'll get into that. I just hope everybody had good vibes. Just sending good vibes everybody's way. And Randy, it's good to have you back, brother. And I can tell you're not Derek Carr because at least you got a touchdown. You touched down on this show.
That's right.
Yep, one of those. So
That's
good to have you back, man.
That's right.
Yep. And finally, of course, we got the patriarch of this fucking show, my heavy metal brother from North Kakalaki, actually from North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the man whose drum heads look more worn than Tom Brady's divorce papers. Gentlemen, please welcome the one, the only, Stephen Wyand. What's up?
Oh, man. Yes, a new intro. Yes. Surprise. I figure I do something extra special for this show and going forward because it is the 1st of November. And it is an intro with a brand new attitude, same crew. The band is back together. We're ready to rock and roll. Talk about Tom Brady and sucking and Aaron Rodgers sucking. It's a great day to be alive. And with that being said, let's go.
Absolutely. And
go Panthers blowing the game.
I know that was great, man. That was awesome.
It's fantastic. Celebrate. It's a celebration.
You were sad. No lie.
I know, Kid Rock.
You were sad. Stephen was sad. He's not telling the truth.
Yeah, could be. then again, it wouldn't be the first time he lied to himself about his favorite team. Yeesh. Anyways, we're here. We're ready to go. So let's get on to it. You know what? We're gonna usually we start up with the football. We're going to switch gears. We're going to talk about the World Series. And, man, what a series it's been. Split down the middle, 1-1. Houston came back and won that game. The first game, they played great ball, but this time out, Houston punched him in the mouth. Philadelphia came back and won that, but Houston punched him in the mouth in that second game. And they weren't able to recover, man. And Houston won that game in pretty big fashion, 5-2, if I remember the score correctly.
Yes, game 1 was 6-5 Philadelphia, and game 2 was 5-2.
All right, yes, definitely both games. We saw some great ball for both teams. Houston, though, has been playing lights out. You can see that they've been hitting some good homers. Base playing is going really well. They're good infielders, good outfielders. It's a team that seems like they're almost destined to win this, but it's tied up right now, so anything can happen. What are you guys' thoughts on the World Series right now going on? And who do you see winning Game 3 tonight, which, of course, was supposed to be last night, but it was postponed due to some inclement weather at the ballpark. So, but the game is tonight. So what's your guys' thoughts on the series so far, and who is taking Game 3 tonight?
I got Houston.
You got Houston? Any particular reason?
I think Houston's a battle-tested team, on the road. They're a really good team, as we know. And if I'm Houston, don't get 5 runs to none, because you're cursed. You're cursed, because both games, Philadelphia made it very interesting, because that game 1 could have gone either way. It went extra innings, and we're going, oh boy, here we go again. Because I mean, extra innings in Houston has become very, very normal, it seems like, especially after that 18-inning game against Seattle a month ago. And Friday was a very interesting game, because there was a couple of times Houston could have won that game, especially when that almost home run hit the scoreboard. I'm like, well, Philadelphia just got saved, and the Phillies were able to rebound, and got a couple of runs, and they ended up winning the game. And then in game 2, I mean, Houston was dominating the first 4 to 5 innings, and then Philadelphia in the 8th and 9th inning just made it really interesting. And Philadelphia made Houston have to sweat out, game 2, because it wasn't looking comfortable for Astros fans in attendance, because they're going, here we go again. It's going to be another, nail biter. And game 3 is going to be interesting, because it's Philadelphia's first home game in the World Series since 2009. And that'll be a really interesting, scenario, because they haven't been to the World Series in years. And Houston seems to be in these World Series as long as they have, been in the last, 6-7 years, as far as competing for championships. And I just think Houston's a very well-rounded team. I think they are the better team, but you never know, especially in baseball, because any team can be beaten on any given day, just like in football on any given Sunday. And same thing with the NHL. I mean, any team can be beaten in the playoffs or in the Stanley Cup Finals. I mean, you never know. And I think Houston takes game 3. I think they're going to win 4-3.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to go all 7 games. I think Houston might. I'm going to go with you and say Houston will take this one. But I don't expect this to be 4-1, 4-2.
No.
It's going to go all the way, because yes, Houston is battle tested. Yes, they've been in this spot before, but you cannot count a tough team like Philadelphia. To me, they're a team I didn't even expect to get this far as they did. And from past seasons with Phillies not being as great. But they built the right team. They put everything together. They have great players overall, and they're playing great ball. I can't really say that. I really can't say no more than that. You have such a well-built team. It's hard to root against them, because they're doing so well. But like you said, Houston has been in this spot before. Kofi Kingston always used to say on the Up Up Down Down videos, act like you've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Philly's got to do. Philly's got to play like they've been there before. They got to play like this isn't their first time. They got to come in there with confidence. They got to come in there with skill. They got to think, yeah, this is our first time, but you know what? This isn't going to be our last time. Let's do this. And I think that Philly has got a huge opportunity to not only shock the fans, but shock the MLB and possibly win this thing. I'm not counting them out by any stretch. All it takes is one home run, one stolen base, one error. It's all it takes for the tide to change.
It's funny, Ezra. I said the same thing on Zoom the other night during game 1. I said, in any baseball game, in any football game, in any game, if you make that one critical error, it can open the door for any team to make a comeback or to get up on you in the game. And when Philadelphia made that crucial error, it almost cost him game 1. So potentially Philadelphia could have been down 0-2, and that could have spelled trouble. But the fact that they got the split in Houston, that's easier said than done. And there was a couple of times during that game 1, I was like, you gotta pull this pitcher, because I can't think of his name right off, but that pitcher for Philadelphia in the end was just, he was struggling. Like he was getting hit, Houston's batters were coming to life again, the base hits, and all that stuff, and then making and a walk into other batter. I'm like, dude, like you got to get out of trouble. And he got out of the trouble somehow, some way. But Philadelphia is very fortunate to be in the position they are in right now.
I agree. Yeah, that pitcher had trouble commanding the ball. He wasn't able to hit the strike zone. He wasn't able to throw his pitches properly. It seems like, I don't know if he was shook or if he was just having trouble with the command. That's what it seemed like to me, was that he just couldn't get that ball in the direction he wanted. He couldn't, whether it's a sinker, whether it's a fastball, he couldn't get that in a specific spot of the plate in the direction he wanted to go.
Right.
That's where I think it just seemed like he was either that or he was just too inexperienced to be in that spot. But that's a whole different conversation. Joey, you're the resident MLB guy here. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so first off, the pitcher's name for the Phillies was Zach Wheeler.
Wheeler, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, so me being an Atlanta Braves fan, nobody, I would think nobody knows the Phillies like I do, because the Phillies were the ones that actually took the Braves out in 4 games to win the NLDS to advance to the championship series against the Padres. Yep. Now, the Phillies, throughout the regular season, they had some holes. They had some worries. They had some injury concerns with Bryce Harper being out for a few months because of his thumb that he suffered back during the summer. So yeah, the Phillies, they had a lot of holes. But whenever they entered into the postseason, they were like, okay, it's time for us to buckle down. It's time for us to get back in the spotlight. It's time for us to take charge like we have before. And that's exactly what they've done. They fixed their holes. They fixed their batting slumps. They fixed their bullpen. They even fixed their starting rotation. I mean, every now and then the starting rotation might not be the best, but all in all, as compared to what I saw in the regular season, the Phillies' starting rotation and bullpen have looked a whole lot better in the postseason than it did in the regular season. And with that being said, with the series now shifting to Philly for the Phillies' first World Series game since 2009, like you said, Steven, I'm picking Houston to win, but I will not be surprised to see Philly take it tonight. I will not be surprised, because the way that the Phillies' hometown crowd has been revving up that lineup and that pitching rotation and that bullpen this year throughout the postseason, you know the fans are going to be out in full force tonight. You know they are.
Oh, so, absolutely. And
I mean, the fans, they are the ones that either make the sport or they break the sport.
And honestly, you know, when you look at the past times that teams have gone to the World Series or the Super Bowl or the NBA Finals or the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, every time there is a team that has their first home game, either A, of all time in said championship series, or even their first Super Bowl appearance, these teams' fan bases are so fired up, because even if it's their first time going to the big dance, or if it's their first home game in a championship series for the first time in years, because just you cannot beat a live crowd at a sporting event experiencing your team playing for the championship. And these Philadelphia fans have been so loyal through all the good and the bad and the downright ugly throughout all the years. And Bryce Harper gets the chance to play for the World Series for the first time in his great career.
Exactly. And I'll give you and I agree with that, Stephen, 1,000%, because you know why? I will give you one prime example. Last year, my Atlanta Braves, reaching their first World Series since 1995, Game 3 shifted to Atlanta. What happened to that fan base? They were fired up. They were fired up. And the Braves may not have put a lot of offense on the field in that Game 3 of the World Series last year, but they did just enough when they beat the Astros 2-0. So, I mean, in baseball, anything can happen at any given time. A crucial home run can get hit. A home run ball can be robbed. An error in the outfield or in the infield could be made, which can cause one run to turn into 2 or 3 runs.
Mhm.
I mean, anything can happen at any given time, but Houston does have the experience because they've been to the World Series for the past few years, except for maybe I think 1 year or 2 years that they weren't in it. But
Because they didn't go in
regardless of that,
2020 and they didn't go in 2018.
yeah, that's it. That's right. But yeah, regardless of that, the Astros have been in the World Series picture, so they have the experience. But you can never count the Phillies out. And as
But
a
if
Braves
I'm
fan,
Houston,
I
Joey,
know
and
that.
I'll say this, Joey, if I'm Houston, there's a lot of pressure on you to
Oh, there
win
is.
this World Series, because if they do not win this World Series, it's not saying it's not winnable, because it is winnable on paper. But if they do not beat these underdog Phillies, this will be their 3rd World Series loss in 4 years. Third. Yeah. The 3rd World Series loss in 4 seasons. That's
Hang on, let me
insane. And
look.
that's a lot of pressure. And you'll have the fans coming out saying, oh, you won the one championship that you were caught cheating.
And see, and not only that, but let's say the Phillies do go on to win the World Series this year. If they do that, then Houston will be 0-3 against NL East teams. Because think back, in 2019, the Astros lost to the Nationals.
In 7 games.
Last year, they lost to the Braves in 6. So if they do not get past the Phillies this year, then the Astros will be like, well, golly, we played against 3 different teams from the NL East, and we just can't beat them. So what are we doing wrong?
It's just like, in the Super Bowl, Tom Brady is 0-3 against the NFC East.
Yeah, he sure is.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I take that back. He's 1-3 because that 1 year that the Patriots actually did beat the Eagles, that was back in like.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I
04.
totally forgot about that. Yep, he's 1-3. Correct. Yep.
Yeah, but still, I mean, yeah, he has lost his last 3 though.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Also on the, I guess, on the MLB side of things, I mean, yeah, like you said, we could joke about, the cheating and all the stuff they did in the past, but you got to think, this Astros team has played fair. They played 100% fair that we know of. There hasn't been no shenanigans. So this season, all credit goes to the Astros for playing the way they did. Because yes, they did get caught. Yes, they did get in trouble. But sometimes, you know what? They're playing fair. They're doing it right. So all to them. But since that's pretty much it for the MLB talk, you know what? Usually we go straight in NFL, but we're actually gonna take the NFL for the rest of the time because I want to talk about real quick something that happened this past weekend. And that is the fight that happened between Jake Paul and Anderson Silva. There was a boxing match between Anderson Silva and Jake Paul. You figured it's bullshit, but hey, I watched the fight.
And I saw the highlights. Jake Paul, I mean, he is proving everybody wrong.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, and this is here's the thing. Once again, fighting old, no offense to Silva, washed up, retired MMA fighters. He's not fighting pure boxers.
Yeah,
he's
you
showcasing his skills. He's showcasing his skills, and he's showing how good he is with his hand speed, his combinations, his straight, his uppercuts, all that. He's doing good. Don't get me wrong. But this is the one thing that I've heard. This is the one thing that people have talked about before. We had this discussion last night at my work. Jake Paul is not fighting professional boxers. He's not fighting, Triple G. He's not fighting Amir Khan. Hell, he's not even fighting Floyd Mayweather.
Nope.
He's fighting these retired MMA guys who only know one thing, and that is a mix of the fighting style, not one particular style that you specialize in. You're putting him up against Anderson Silva, who, yes, his striking is really good,
but he's also known for his Brazilian jiu-jitsu and his combinations as well as with his kicks in his knees. Boxing, you can't use that. Those natural reflexes for an MMA fighter are gone. That's something that we actually discussed today in Sledge, the wrestler's Twitch channel. And that's the one thing that I really see. And then after the fight, he has to go to call out. Okay, you call out Nate Diaz. Okay, I get it. Nate Diaz, outside of his brother Nick, is probably the best boxer in all of MMA because he trained specifically in boxing along with his brother.
Mm-hmm.
They're the best boxers in all of MMA. Then he has the goal to call out Canelo Alvarez.
Mm-hmm.
The best in my opinion, the best pound for pound boxer in the entire world. The guy who slayed Triple G for a third time.
Yeah,
Practically been unstoppable. You want to call him out? Big mistake there, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to put Jake Paul in a boxing match, like an actual boxing match against either Canelo Alvarez or Floyd Money Mayweather, Jake Paul would get his teeth knocked down his throat. And it wouldn't even be close. It wouldn't even be close. I mean, Jake Paul is coming along swimmingly as a boxer. But like you said, Ezra, he hasn't really faced a pound-for-pound boxer. He's facing all these old, washed-up has-beens who once made a scene over the years past, but age is catching up to them, just like age is catching up to every single professional athlete out there in the world right now. But yeah, if you were to put Jake Paul up against Alvarez, Floyd Money Mayweather, even Oscar De La Hoya in his prime, oh, he would get his teeth knocked down his throat, hands down.
A Manny Pacquiao in his prime.
Manny Pacquiao for sure. He would definitely get his teeth
Pacquiao would
knocked down
knock
his
his
throat.
lights out in his prime. That's my biggest critique of Jake Paul is the fact that he's fighting people who are no longer what they used to be.
Not only that, he's fighting MMA fighters, which, like I said before, they're not pure boxers. They're not.
Because I mean, Ezra, you know as well as I do, during UFC 1, when Royce Gracie took on Art Jemerson during that first fight, during the third fight of that tournament. Obviously, Gracie being Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Jemerson being the boxer, that there's no match. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is going to be the boxer because the Jiu-Jitsu fighters know the strengths and weaknesses of a boxer. They know all of that stuff. And when Art tried to throw some punches, Royce took him down. He knew how to exploit exploit him, and he beat him handily. And that's the one thing about being a boxer and an MMA fighter is if you enter the MMA realm, you're in their league. But the fact that Silva was entering Paul's league, that puts Paul at the advantage and Silva at the disadvantage.
Exactly. And if you were to do vice versa, have Jake Paul step in the UFC ring against Anderson Silva, Silva would have blacked his lights out.
Yep, absolutely.
If he would have took on Khabib,
oh my gosh, if he would take on Khabib, oh god, I don't even want to think about that disaster.
Yeah, he would have gotten torn apart.
Oh, big time. He would have got split in half. Like literally split in half.
Oh
yeah, absolutely. I agree. Real quick before we move on to what we came here for, and that is the NFL. Got to give a couple shout outs in the chat. Shout out to, of course, Randy's father, William Gyron. As usual, hello, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. Shout out to our buddy Big T. What's going on, brother?
Sorry about your Panthers, bro.
Yeah, sorry about that. And of course, we got to give a shout out to the Nation's Corner Zone, Tony Justice.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then we got to give a special shout out, of course, to our buddy, another member of the Nation's Corner, Mongrovian Mike as well.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
What's up, boys? And we will see you all after the show. And let's get right into it, guys. It's that time of the week. Once again, it is first, we got to do our little recap of the week. And of course, in the NFL, we started, of course, with the demise of Tom Brady's marriage. I mean, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, wait, they're both the same. But anyways, the Ravens beat the Buccaneers 27-22. Buccaneers fall to 3-5, while the Ravens go up to 5-3. Fun fact about the Ravens, as of right now, the Ravens will not face a team with a winning record for the rest of the season.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, easy schedule.
Easy.
So,
Easy.
you guys got any thoughts on the game?
Well, I mean, the simple fact that Brady
just don't have it anymore.
No, Brady doesn't
Don't
have
have
it
it.
anymore. The offensive line is putrid.
Now that his divorce is finalized, yeah, Brady better hang it up after this year, because if he don't, he's gonna regret it.
Yeah, after his divorce, he can't even take his balls and go home because Giselle's got him.
Yeah. And guess what? Just like in New England, they're still deflated.
Maybe that's why she divorced him. Yeah, that's probably why she divorced him, because they were deflated.
Look, I understand what's going on here. First of all, the Ravens, let's just say this. They're 5-3, and they've been playing like bull crap the whole year. I'm talking about how good they are, though. Those 3 losses, those 3 teams have only led for like 10 seconds of the whole game. 20 seconds, I should say. The whole game. So Baltimore should easily be 7-1 at this point if they would get their heads out of their ass. But I know we didn't mention it, but trading for Bears All-Pro linebacker Roquan Smith might help that defense from blowing so many fourth-quarter leads, because now you get a linebacker who's gonna keep the foot on the brake, keep your foot on their neck and snap it. They're not gonna give up any easy touchdowns and easy this and that. Not with Roquan back there. He's an
hell no.
Now for the Bucs, all I got to say is I guess when Giselle left Tom Brady, she took half the Bucs offense with her. That's why they stink this year. I guess Tom Brady didn't sign that prenup, and now Giselle's got half of the Bucs offense, including his balls in her hand, walking out the door. So
there was that article you posted in the chat from Total Pro Sports, jokingly saying that Taylor Swift is going to be the next one to get Tom Brady. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to go real well, because their relationship will end. Next thing you know, Taylor Swift's going to write an album about him.
Yeah, that's going to go over like a pogo stick and quicksand.
It's gonna go over like a Led Zeppelin.
That's right. Yes.
That's when the levee will break.
That's right. Now,
Even good job.
And now Giselle can go have a threesome with Antonio Brown and Zach Wilson.
No shit.
Antonio Brown will leave the room before it's over.
With his shirt off.
With his
Here's my shirt on eBay.
Oh Lord.
The Bucs have been struggling so bad. Case in point.
Yeah.
And Baltimore, stop blowing double-digit leads.
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to get even worse for the Bucs because they lost all-pro pass rusher Shaquille Barrett to a torn Achilles also. So.
Oh no.
Yep,
there goes their defense.
Yep.
Like I said, Atlanta or New Orleans, whichever one can get their heads out of their ass, might win the division. And Atlanta was supposed to tank. That's the sad part. They suck at tanking. They might end up winning the damn NFC South, hosting a home game. Cowboys or the 49ers or anybody like that and getting their shit beat out of them because they have no business in the playoffs. That's just how the playoff format works.
Playoffs?
Pretty screwed up.
And now Matt Ryan is sitting on the bench in Indianapolis looking at his old team like, well, damn, they're playing this good right now, so they had to wait till after Outlet to start playing this good? Damn, that must mean I suck.
Right. Yeah, well, that's just because Matt Ryan's late to practice because he keeps having nightmares about the numbers 28 and 3.
Yep, 28.
Next game on the isn't it fitting that I don't know if any of y'all called this in the chat, but Matt Ryan's tenure as starting quarterback for Indianapolis lasted 28 weeks and 3 days.
Wow!
Wow.
28 weeks and 3 days.
Coincidence? I think not.
Oh my God, it's brilliant.
Oh,
Next game on the list was actually the game that I know a lot of us said wasn't going to be good, but from a guy who watched it on NFL Plus, it was actually a pretty good game. It was pretty competitive. And that was the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
that's right.
Jaguars had the lead, and then in the fourth quarter, they blew it. Touchdown by Russell Wilson, and that's all she wrote.
Yep.
Yeah, Jacksonville, they may have had a hot start early in the season, but now they're coming crashing back down to earth. Or at least it seems like it.
Yep. Good one for Denver and Nathaniel Hackett.
Yep. Next
Stupid
game on the
Falcons.
list is Steven's favorite team losing to the Atlanta Falcons.
Thank
Yeah.
you, DJ Moore. Oh. Kevin, I know you got some thoughts on this game, bro.
Listen, Carolina. I get you beat the Bucs last week, but you are supposed to be tanking. You are supposed to be an Iraq war tanking a big tank. You're supposed to be losing. You are supposed to lose. Tank, capital T, lose, and you're out there competing and winning. And the sad part about it is, oh yeah, you really tried. You tried so hard, like the biggest try hard to beat Atlanta. And you had a miraculous Hail Mary to supposedly win the game. And DJ Moore, with all due respect, and he's great talent for Carolina, the only thing they have on talent-wise on offense, takes his helmet out on the field, gets flagged, calls in his kicker, oh, by the way, who in pre-games wasn't worried about his kicking or warming up. He was taking selfies on Instagram instead of warming up kicking. First of all, Eddie Pinheiro was over there taking selfies on Instagram and making TikToks instead of practicing his kicks. That's first of all. What the fuck? Second of all,
I know, Juju.
I said it when it happened. He missed the extra point, and I said, that's going to bite them in the ass. Somehow, some way, you can't leave a team, a professional football team, time on the clock or an extra period to play because it's going to bite you in the ass. Not after a miraculous play like that. Notice how the Minneapolis Miracle against the Saints in the playoffs, they left no time on the clock for New Orleans to strike back. Minnesota took them with Stephon Diggs and ended it. DJ Moore, you left that whole extra quarter by missing the extra point, costing your team a long extra point. Pinheiro can't kick, missed the extra point, gets into overtime. Your defense bails you out, and CJ Henderson gets you an incredible good play on a pick after he sucked all game, took it back in the field goal range. Your kicker misses a kick again. And you know what? Young Ho Koo is not going to miss that field goal that Atlanta put him in. That's the difference.
And not only did Eddie miss that kick, he hooked it bad.
It was horrible. It looked like Ezra.
It looked like that
kicker
punt
for the Bears that in that year in the playoffs that he missed it awful.
Yeah, Cody Parkey.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I didn't know if that was Pinheiro or if that was Cody Parkey.
Oh my God, it might have been Pinheiro. Good God, the way he kicked it was Pinheiro.
Hey, and that kick was just as bad as that punter from Cleveland last night, who shanked a punt that went 9 yards.
Listen here, and here's my part about it. To be fair, I'm going to take a Carolina side here for a minute. DJ Moore, technically, according to the rules, should not have been flagged on that play because if you watch it in slow motion, he was in the white. He was out of the field of play when he took his helmet off. I will stand up for him on that. But again, if you're DJ Moore, here as an athlete and a former football player, you can't leave the game up to the referees. Don't give them any chance or any whatnot to call that flag because they will. And that's what happened. If DJ Moore was going to celebrate, he should have waited till the sideline to take that off just to be extra safe because you know how referees are. The way they've been calling games this year has been horrible. You can't trust the referees not to call that, even though you were right. That's your fault. That is you as an individual and a team like the Carolina Panthers. It's your fault. Now you're over there giving away Christian McCaffrey, and you bums are trying to win, and you could have went in first place. Now you're back in fourth place at 2 wins. Congratulations. The cardiac pussy gap giving their fan base a cardiac arrest. That's all about that.
Oh my God. I mean, that game was so crazy. Like, that game was close. It was competitive. It was entertaining as all hell. And that honestly should have been the ultimate tank bowl, because that right there was two teams that are mediocre at best and average, or sometimes even below average if you're Carolina. I mean, it was competitive, no defense. I mean, first of all, for Atlanta, how in the hell do you let DJ Moore get past you 62 yards for a touchdown? So Atlanta got lucky that DJ Moore was so out of his mind, after that play. And I understand, you made a great play. Your team has got a chance to win the game, and you celebrate. You should have done it, like you said, Kev, when the extra point was done, because there's nothing they can do about it. Then you can take your helmet off and you can celebrate, do whatever you want.
Yep, absolutely. Real quick. Next game on the list is Chicago got destroyed by the Dallas Cowboys 49-20.
Destroyed.
I want to talk about it. Thank you, Ezra. I picked the Bears for an upset, and they upset me. That's the only upset out of this. Because now I have to hear them boys for another fucking week, and I'm sick of hearing it. But I will say this about Dallas. Can we acknowledge the fact that Dallas is a much better offense with Tony Pollard as HB1?
Thank you.
Elliott,
go back to the Salvation Army, please. Thank you.
Elliott misses. They can stuff him back in the Salvation Army part and send him over across the world for all I care. Tony Pollard way better.
But yet, despite that great rushing effort by Tony Pollard, Jerry Jones said it out of his mouth himself that he is still committed to Ezekiel Elliott being the number one back.
Typical Dallas.
I don't wish injuries upon nobody, but Dallas's best chance of winning is for Zeke to do something to his knee, like serious, and be out for a while. I don't wish it on him. I'm just saying, because Jerry's too damn hard-headed to bench him or trade him or whatnot. Your best running back, you're paying $900,000 this season.
Yeah, well,
your first running back, you're paying $13 million. Congratulations.
At the end of this season, Jerry Jones is gonna have no choice but to trade Zeke. He's gonna have no choice but to trade him.
Got to. I mean,
has to.
But something tells me he won't. He will let Tony Pollard walk. And
I get him. I wouldn't put that.
They traded Amari Cooper, and Amari Cooper is balling for Cleveland, and they're still without a number one receiver because, again, I said it before, and it's no coincidence. CeeDee Lamb cannot CD football half of the games he plays in. So you can't trust him.
Oh yeah, and hey, Kevin, remind us real quick, what did Dallas get in exchange for Amari Cooper?
A $5 box from Taco Bell that gave him the shit and a plain bag of chips that was half open. And that's all Dallas got from Cleveland.
Hey, as long as it was the nacho fry box, I think it's a good deal.
All right, welcome to Taco Hell. Can I take your order? Yeah, can we get the Taco Super Family Pack for the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, there won't be no rings in it. Comes without wins, too.
Damn. That's wrong.
No, but
That's
seriously,
so true.
Dallas played a pretty good game. Congratulations to Dallas. You beat the Bears. Now let's hope Zeke stays in that Salvation Army pot and lives there from now on.
Yep.
All right, next.
He's like the Lucky Charms fucking leprechaun.
Start calling him Hornswoggle.
There you go.
He's the illegitimate son.
All right, the next dude, that CD Lamb kid CD ball is still the best joke you've ever told, Kevin.
Yes.
And he still can't do it. He's not trustworthy as a receiver. I'm sorry. If it come down to the playoff time, dear Jesus Christ, they're in trouble.
It wouldn't surprise me if CD Lamb drops the ball in the playoffs.
He won't catch it.
Nope.
All right, next is the Lions and the Dolphins.
Wow.
The Lions started out pretty hot. They started
but then they stunk.
True
in typical Detroit
They
fashion.
let Miami just run all over them after that.
Yep.
Hmm.
Tyreek Hill and Waddle having great games. Tua throwing good. I feel bad for Detroit. They're what 1-5.
Yes, and
Yeah.
let me stick
Yeah,
up for
I think so.
Detroit just a second.
They're the best 1-5 team.
Yeah, and I've stuck up for Detroit for so long now, and I love Dan Campbell. He's one hell of a guy and man and coach. But as a GM, what the fuck? You trade away T.J. Hawkinson, your All-Pro tight end, to a division rivalry in the Minnesota Vikings, and you get a $5 Taco Bell box out of that too. To a division rivalry, and you're 1-5. Oh, Minnesota, we hate you, but guess what? You can have our All-Pro tight end. I get
One more
you
weapon for
trying
Kirk
save
Cousins to
money.
throw to.
Yeah.
Fuck, trade them to Atlanta. Trade them to across the country. Trade them to
Trade it to my team. Shit. Carolina, we need people.
Minnesota.
Yeah, Carolina. Yeah,
Green
see?
Bay or Chicago should be off limits. But that's just the way people are taught. You don't trade within the division.
Panthers.
Exactly.
My team.
Miami did a little splash of themselves today when they acquired Jeff Wilson from the 49ers and in the blockbuster of getting Bradley Chubb from the Broncos.
I think the Bradley Chubb one's key because Miami Dolphins defense have been taking a hit because they ain't been able to cover because the only way they've been getting pressure on the quarterback is blitzing. When you get Bradley Chubb, you ain't got a blitz now. You got a legit pass rusher.
Exactly.
Yep.
Miami's defense is going to get a whole lot better.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much that's about it on my end. I have nothing to say except Dolphins win, Lions suck, game on. Next. This one is the Vikings beat the Cardinals 34-26, moving to 6-1.
Man, Minnesota just keeps having to earn these victories. Just when you think the Vikings are going to cruise, they always have to make the games interesting. And this is why we've said it during the pre-show that the Vikings, even though they have a really good record, they are a team that we still do not trust because of the inconsistency that they have.
Yeah, I do want to say, though, I knew it was going to be kind of an offensive showcase because let's be honest. Can we acknowledge and put some respect that DeAndre Hopkins is still a top 4 receiver in the entire National Football League?
And that one-handed touchdown catch.
Just throwing up ducks. DeAndre Hopkins is just snagging them left and right. And I'm only kind of ass kissing now because he's been balling in my fantasy. Him and Justin Jefferson, them two going at it. I mean, I love it. I mean,
That one-handed touchdown did you good, bro.
10 catches, 130 yards, a touchdown. And then last game, 8 catches for 100 yards and a touchdown. Since he's came back, he's been first in every category receiving.
Yep.
So Hopkins is that man. I'm excited for Minnesota because Kirk Cousins, I love him. I defend him sometimes. I criticize him sometimes, but there's no excuses now. Okay, Justin Jefferson might get shut down once in a while. Adam Thielen might get shut down. But guess what? Now you got T.J. Hawkinson. You have an all-pro tight end you can go to. There's no excuses. Dalvin Cook, you have a bunch of weapons. No more excuses, Kirk Cousins. Get it done.
Get the job done. This is your division to lose because
Easily.
Nobody in the NFC North is as good as Minnesota. Green Bay.
Not even close.
Green Bay.
Trust me, we're going to talk about the Green Bay game, and I cannot wait to talk about it.
Oh yeah,
I know you can, Ezra.
It's going to be fun.
All right, next game. Randy, I'm sorry. We have to talk about this game on your first night back.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
no, that's okay. I know what happened.
Out the Raiders 24.
Nothing. That's what happened.
Nothing. No. I know what happened. The Raiders thought the game was at 4.
Oh no, we suck again.
They weren't ready. So they didn't get a redo. They didn't get the file a complaint.
Again.
So they thought it was at 4. So.
And plus, Randy, and plus your head coach Josh McDaniels continues to suck monkey crap.
I'll tell you what. I follow a pretty good beat writer for the Raiders who wrote a sweet book about them that I have, and I'll trust anything he says. He said that McDaniels had the second closed door meeting this season with Mark Davis. There's not going to be a third. There's not going to be a third. So Yeah. The Patriots have infiltrated the Raiders and are trying to get them from the inside out. I think that's what's going on. Belichick sent him as a spy.
Spygate.
Spygate, yes.
Part 2.
Spygate.
Part 2, yeah.
Spygate Part 2.
Yes.
Yep.
For the Raiders, to me, though, it just seems like when they can run the ball, they win. They win easily.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
They go away from Josh Jacobs too easily. Like, oh, he gets stopped for one time and you're done giving it to him. Like, it's like, come on, dude. You see people like Saquon Barkley. The Giants been so successful. Why? When he gets stopped on one play, they come right back to him. Like, out of 8 plays, you're going to stop a good running back only once. So once you stop him once, it's like the Raiders are like, okay, now we're going to look for Devontae. Well, Devontae had the flu. You can't expect a man that's coming out there with the flu to sit there and put up a 200-yard game for you every week. So I'm not.
Speaking of Devontae, 1 reception for only 3 yards in that game.
Not forget 1 rush for -3 yards too. So basically at 0 net yards.
That's good stuff. Now, what's his name? Jacobs has 150 yards rushing two weeks in a row, and then 45.
And then they stop. They stop even the ball.
10 carries for 45 yards. That is pathetic.
I don't know what's going on.
If I'm Josh McDaniels, I'm giving Josh Jacobs 25 carries at minimum and 5 receptions. He's touching the ball 30 times. I'm sorry. That's just I'm calling the offense. Like them running backs like that, you got to give them 25 to 30 touches a game. I mean, they might get injured and beat up doing it, but guess what? That's your offense. That's your workhorse. And it's crazy.
He wanted it too. He wants the ball. He wants,
Yeah.
He's in a contract season. He wants it. Wants to show what he's made of.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with him. So that's on them. Whatever.
Yeah. It was an ugly game. Hopefully, maybe they'll be able to bounce back next week or this coming up week. Maybe get Josh Jacobs some damn touches. Maybe Mark Davis can say, "Shut the fuck up and give him the damn ball."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Raiders are playing the Jaguars. So you never know what'll happen.
I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong, Randy. You follow him more than me, but I believe they declined to pick up Josh Jacobs' 5th-year option next year.
Right. Yes, sir. That's
he's a free agent this year. So your workhorse you're going to let walk.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's so stupid to me.
It's like they're holding him back for some reason.
Because that 5th-year option, I don't know the business part of football, that 5th-year option actually saves them money. Because if they was to go ahead and re-sign Josh Jacobs now, I promise you it's going to be for a whole lot more money than he would on a 5th-year option, rookie option, which is stupid. I'd go ahead and make him play that 5th year before giving him an extension. Save yourself some money. It's about good business.
Right. Yep.
Next game on the list is the Patriots beating the Philadelphia Jets 22-17.
Philadelphia Jets.
I just got one thing to say about that game, and it's not really about the game itself. It's about a certain head coach named Bill Belichick. He may have gotten his 324th win, passing George Halas for second on the all-time coaches win list. But let me tell you one thing. If Bill Belichick never would have had Tom Brady, he'd be nowhere near the wins total.
No.
He'd be nowhere near it. I'm telling you that right now. Tom Brady is the reason why Bill Belichick has so many wins.
It's also the reason why he has those rings. Just saying. Because when he was at the Giants, trash. When he was at the Browns, complete trash.
With the Jets, I'll say this, though. The Jets are a better team than the Patriots. Like, talent-wise, this and that. They're just a better team. The problem is this. When you own a team like how the 49ers have the Rams, the Patriots have the Jets, it's hard, no matter how good you are, for the Jets to overcome that because that is a psychological thing that, they beat us every single time, no matter how good or bad we are. We can't beat these guys. And guess what? It proved to be true Sunday. Bill Belichick might as well invest in part ownership of the New York Jets because he's been owning them for decades now. So no matter how good they were, I don't know why. I didn't even think of that until Sunday, or I would have honestly picked the Patriots to win that game.
Same here, because I mean, when you think about it, no matter how good the Jets have been this year, they have been terrific. They have proved all of us wrong that they are a pretty hell of a good football team this year. Yeah. But the simple fact is that Bill Belichick has owned the Jets every single time, good or bad, how they are. Because when Chad Pennington was there, he owned them. When Mark Sanchez, before he was butt fumbling out of the league.
When they made the playoffs with Rex Ryan.
Yep, when they made the playoffs.
Got bounced out of the playoffs, too.
Yep.
By the Patriots.
There are 3 guarantees in life, and when it comes to this game, death, taxes, and the Patriots beat the Jets.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what it seems like.
That's
so,
true.
Yep.
but yeah, definitely. Next game, the Eagles 7-0 now. They beat the Steelers 35-13.
Man,
Awesome.
Jalen
No
Hurts.
surprise there.
That dual combo of Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown,
Domination.
fucking deadly.
Domination.
Nobody. There's no better wide receiver quarterback combo right now than Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown.
3
I agree.
touchdowns.
And let me ask you a question from a football standpoint. What are you going to do? You can't double
Nothing.
them because Devontae Smith is on the other side. You got Dallas Goedert. You got Miles Sanders running the ball, a good offensive line, a dual threat quarterback. What are you going to do? You just got to hope like hell he throws inaccurate or you play sticky coverage. There's nothing you can do about it but let him go and like it. That's all you can do.
Absolutely none. I mean,
Perfect.
AJ Brown is proving why he is the key piece to this Philadelphia offense. He has been their best weapon since Alshon Jeffries, in 2017.
Yep.
And
His offense might be as explosive as 2011 speed on turf offense with Mike Vick and Deshaun Jackson and company. It's living up to that kind of hype right now.
I mean, Jalen Hurts has honestly proved everybody wrong. I mean, he has had a great season so far. He hasn't had hardly any bad games this year. And I'm excited to see how he does against a really, really good football team, because that right there will prove to me, is he a possible, because surely, yes, he is a possible candidate for MVP, but it will prove to me if he can beat a heavyweight contender or a team that is already on the verge of making the playoffs.
Yep.
Because Philadelphia is 7-0, but I'm not impressed because of the teams they've beaten. They've beaten the teams they have supposed to beat. But their offensive line, their defensive front, their back four, their running game, the receiving game, they're the best in the business right now as far as complete teams on the NFC side. And that's the one thing that concerns me with Philadelphia going forward is, we talked about this before, but when teams get 13-0, 12-0, 14-0, you start to feel that pressure. And when you lose early on in the season, that pressure comes off your back and you're able to be yourself again. You're not having to force yourself chasing records that you're not supposed to be chasing. Because when you just start focusing on the game, it can get you back to the fundamentals and the basis of being a good football team.
Yeah, definitely. Next game we have is the Titans and the Texans. Titans won 17-10.
King freaking Henry.
Titans moved to 5-2. Texans dropped to 1-5-1.
Wow.
Derrick Henry. That's
I
all.
don't want to talk trash
That's
about
all
the
I have to
Texans
say.
because we have a certain person who might listen to this show. By the way,
Yes.
shout out to Brian Cervantes. But yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, very bad. Very bad.
But
200 plus yards. What
Yep.
more can you do? What more can you do?
hey, King Henry, man, what do you expect?
Yep.
That's right.
Next game is the game I know Joey's proud of, and that was a close, but it's a win. The Commanders beat the Colts 17-16, moving to 4-4.
And Ezra nailed that score on the money.
I was shocked by that.
2 words for you guys. 2 words. Scary Terry. Scary Terry.
Is that
Once
wait,
again
wait, is that your drag name? What are you talking about here?
Come on, you should know what I'm talking about.
I know. I'm just giving
The
you
way that Terry McLaurin reached up and pretty much stole that ball right out of Stephon Gilmore's hands to lead to Taylor Heineke's game-winning quarterback draw run for a touchdown. My Lord, can you say phenomenal? Can you say phenomenal?
If I do, AJ Styles has got to come out now.
They don't want none.
I know Terry McLaurin is not on the level of a Stephon Diggs or a Deebo Samuel, but he's up there. He's up there. You can never count him out.
Hey, Joseph, I want to let you know. I just read on the screen over here that the Commanders made a trade. I'm not sure if you might want to look into it, but they traded a cornerback to someone.
William. We finally got rid of that poison William Jackson III. He's now Pittsburgh's problem. So
that's terrible.
But Joey,
have fun with the pig because we didn't need him.
Hey Joey, remember back when I told you about De'Aaron Payne?
Yeah.
Y'all kind of got lucky because I read today that the 49ers offered a 5th and a 6th for Payne, but Washington wanted a 7th added, and the 49ers didn't want to add a 7th. But they said if they would have added a 7th, De'Aaron Payne would have been traded. I said, damn. That would have helped.
Yeah, well.
Hey, I know you would have been mad about that.
We get to keep De'Aaron Payne, and for that, I am grateful because he's one of the true leaders of our defense right now.
Hey. Yeah, you ain't lying.
And plus, word is going around that Chase Young is finally going to be returning back to practice. Let's go! Nice. Can't wait to have Chase back on that. Can't wait to have Chase back on that field. Can't wait.
That's not a lie for sure on that. You guys need him. Speaking of lying, you know that Shakira is not a good poker player, right?
Oh no.
She doesn't have a good poker face because her hips don't lie.
Oh God.
There you go. I had to get one in.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Yeah, we know Chuck Norris. We know Chuck Norris doesn't lie because nobody wants the truth. But anyways, moving forward. Because we still got some games to talk about, and we got to get into our predictions. So, 49ers and the Rams. 49ers dominated 31-14.
Run CMC,
baby.
Yep. It was the 49ers debut of one Christian McCaffrey, and boy, did he come to play.
Actually, it was his second game, but his
first
second game. But his
first
first game where he really showed.
Yeah, that's what I mean. His first game really where he showcased what
he's
all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, run CMC, baby.
First player since LaDainian Tomlinson to throw, receive, and run a touchdown. Absolutely fantastic performance.
Let's just say this. The Rams have two problems. The Rams have two problems when they play the 49ers now. Not only is Deebo Samuel their daddy, but you might as well say Christian McCaffrey being the same kind of player as their grandfather because they're not going to beat either one of those players. Deebo did not even play this game. The Rams said, "Oh, thank God." Now, Mr. Christian McCaffrey said, "Hold my beer. I got this. I'm going to throw a touchdown. I'm going to catch a touchdown. I'm going to run a touchdown. Going to truck Jalen Ramsey, juke Jalen Ramsey, burn Jalen Ramsey, and then the kicker, Robbie Gould, gets into a fight with Jalen Ramsey and punks him.
That's my boy, dude. That's my boy.
You're getting punked.
And plus, once again, we saw the poor, pitiful play of one Matthew Trashford.
Oh man!
Lord!
It was kind of concerning at first because they had a good game plan going in. Our defense is so aggressive; they were screen passing our defense to death. But at halftime, it was 14-10. D'Amico goes into the locker room and says, "Listen, you boys ain't gonna get to hit Matthew Stafford until y'all stop the screen pass." So what did Nick Bosa do, licking his chops? He said, "Okay, we'll stop the screen." Once he stopped the screen pass, they were teeing off on Matt Stafford so much that they just ran the ball on third down from there on out just to avoid getting hit so hard by that defense. Showed up to play, buddy. Fred Warner had 15 tackles, and Nick Bosa had his leading 8 sack, and he missed a game. So
Yep.
Defense finally got back on track. I'm proud of it. I'm just excited to see what Christian McCaffrey, when healthy, how Kyle Shanahan is going to dial up plays with Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Kyle Juszczyk, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. I'm excited to see it, man. As a 49er fan, someone said on ESPN this morning, the 49ers offensive weapons when healthy might be the scariest in the league alongside the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar, Philadelphia Eagles, Buffalo Bills, and the Kansas City Chiefs. That's the top 5 scary.
And what's even cooler is the fact that Run CNC is playing in his home state of California.
That's right.
That's pretty
That's right.
impressive.
And not only that, but McCaffrey will now have over a week to fully learn some more of that Niners West Coast offensive playbook because since the Niners are on bye this week.
And yes, we traded Jeff Wilson, but here's the key. Supposedly after the bye week, according to Adam Schefter and a couple of San Francisco Chronicle reporters, Elijah Mitchell will be back off IR for the Chargers game. So you have a starting running back as your HB2 to help the workload with Christian McCaffrey. So McCaffrey doesn't have to play every single snap. Elijah Mitchell can come in there and run and get a good couple yards. I mean, he's proven to be a stud. So if you got that two running back tandem, that's going to be a problem. I'm excited, more excited for that next year when Trey Lance is in there running the option. That's going to be even more scarier. But I want to say this about the Rams. They're in trouble. We talk about the Buccaneers, but the Rams are probably worse off. Defense can't stop a soul. They cannot run the ball whatsoever. Cam Akers is done for the year because he hates LA and all this drama. And you can't run the ball. Your offensive line sucks. Matt Stafford don't know nobody except Cooper Kupp. If you're not white and you're not wearing number 10, Matthew Stafford ain't going to throw you the damn football. Let me just say that. So, and the reason why I said it's a pitiful, the Rams had the ball the first quarter, the first drive of the game. They had the ball on the 1 yard line, first and goal. 3 straight pass attempts because they did not trust the run. They were scared to run. 3 straight pass attempts on the 1 yard line, and they could have just quarterback sneaked it. Nope, we're gonna throw it 3 times because I don't trust our O-line. It's just sometimes that you got to say that Kyle Shanahan knows what Sean McVay's doing. He knows what he wants to do. He coached Sean McVay. He was his head coach before in Washington, etc. He was an offensive coordinator to McVay. He knows what McVay wants, and he's just a step ahead every time they play, just like Belichick is with the Jets. Same situation.
Yep.
Going back to the Colts real quick, I was just reading on my Twitter feed that this was posted 9 hours ago. The Colts relieved Marcus Brady of his duties as offensive coordinator.
Wow.
Yep. Then traded Naheem Hines.
Yep, to Buffalo.
Jeez, it's like Buffalo needs any more weapons.
Yeah, you're just giving him an excuse. Next up is the Giants and the Seahawks. Seahawks Sea Chickens won 27-13 over the New York Football Giants.
Geno Smith, man, he's having a hell of a revived season, man. He is playing great football this year. Who would have thought that Geno Smith in 2022 would be having one of the best seasons, this year? And it's all thanks to Pete Carroll.
Certainly not me.
Well, let's keep it real here. This is a lot of Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll is one of the best coaches in the National Football League, and you're seeing that he can win without Russell Wilson, while Russell Wilson can't win without him.
Yep.
We're seeing that this year. Pete Carroll let's be honest, they don't have much talent on Seattle. They just have coaching. I mean, their best talented players are literally DK Metcalf. And, I mean, their starting running back went down for the year, too. So you literally have DK Metcalf, but Kenneth Walker has been proven to be one up-and-coming stud, too. So the Seahawks can draft. They have good upper management. When you have good coaching and good upper management, you're going to have a good team. But like I said, when it comes down to them and the 49ers, as long as 49ers stay healthy, they got good coaching too. Like they beat them 27-7 the first time. They're going to beat Seattle because of the talent, but Seattle's going to win a lot of games this year because of coaching. Let's just keep that real. And they did do a good job against the Giants.
Yeah, definitely. All right, next one we got to get to since we're going to be running a little short on time here soon. Bills destroyed the Packers. Well, not really destroyed, but it was close enough, 27-17. But Aaron Rodgers still looked terrible. So, hey,
Yep.
good news for me.
And Josh Allen, even though he had a pretty solid performance, there were still some throws that he definitely missed in this game. I mean, he missed a touchdown potentially. He got picked off a couple of times, and even he said after the game, "Hey, we did play pretty good, but I got to do better." And that's good on him. The fact that that he's taking ownership to some of the mishaps that he had in this game. Because there was a couple of throws that were very ugly in this game. It was not a typical Josh Allen performance. But that defense, man, that defense is so good. Von Miller being the headhunter that he is. White, being a great safety, and just Buffalo is just a very solid team, man. I mean, just top to bottom. I mean, they are the best team in the AFC besides the Kansas City Chiefs.
But I will say this much. Aaron had a chance to really put this game up, and he did. You got to think, they were at the 10-yard line, and they threw a touchdown wide open to one of the receivers, and then Randall Cobb got called for an offensive pass interference, which negated a touchdown and set them back 10 yards.
Yep.
So in the end, Aaron couldn't, it was still third down, so Aaron tried to throw the ball again, and throw the ball, and it got deflected.
Yep.
So they ended up having to kick a field goal, and then that cost them.
Big time it cost them.
Because it would have been even 20, even if they still lost, it would have been 27-24. Still would have been, or 27-21. Still would have been a closer game, but
Yep.
But yeah, like I said, if it wasn't for Randall Cobb getting called for pass interference, maybe this could have been a different game. But that's could have been, should have been, but. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers and company are not looking good at all this season. And
no.
I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron officially calls it a career after the season's over.
He may have broken the record for now the longest tenured season with the Green Bay Packers as a starting quarterback. But this, to me, is his last year with Green Bay, like you said, because this
his last year
not,
period, I think.
And I agree with that as well, because this is not the same player.
So. Yeah, and then the next game on the list is the Monday night game.
The total of just massacre of the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line. They just listen. I mean, the key thing to Cincinnati is their offensive line, because their offensive line is the reason why they have won and why they have lost, and their record says it all. 4-4. And Kevin, you said it on the pre-show. Don't give us this bullshit that the fact that, they just missed Jamar Chase. No, their offensive line still has to protect. Their offensive line did not do none of that on Monday night last night, because Joe Burrow was fighting to stay upright all night long. And an interception during the first quarter said it all, because that was the start of the train wreck of a game for the Bengals. Because every single time that Cincinnati had a chance to get points in this game, key point, in the second quarter, it was 11-0. Get that right. 11-0 was it was 8-0 at first. But Burrow and them had a chance to get a field goal, and they missed that. And then Cleveland came down and kicked the field goal at 11-0 at halftime. There we go. And afterwards, Cleveland just absolutely picked apart Cincinnati, scoring 2 consecutive touchdowns again to go up 25-0. And then the Bengals scored a touchdown finally, and then McPherson misses the extra point. That said it all right there, because nothing went the Bengals' way last night.
Truth be told, as of right now, Joe Burrow has never beaten Cleveland.
0-4 in his career.
Oh boy. Another ownership.
Yep, that's basically what it is. All right, guys. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Joey.
And I think Joey has some numbers to read off before we get to our favorite segment, the pick segment.
Joey, floor's yours, buddy.
All right, so we all achieved a first this past week. And that is the fact that every single one of us achieved at least 10 wins last week.
Wow.
Nice.
Woo.
We all achieved at least 10 wins last week. But taking first place was a three-way tie between myself, Steven, and Ezra at 11-4.
Wow.
And Kevin and Randy went 10-5.
Nice.
But yes, Kevin, the one game that screwed you was Chicago. Other than that, you would have been tied with the rest of us.
Fingers.
But yeah, overall, I'm 73-50. Kevin is 76-47. Steven, you're one game behind at 75-48. Ezra's one game behind you, Steven, at 74-49. And Randy is at 68-55.
Boo. Boo.
It's okay, Randy. It only gets worse from here. Let's get started on the predictions, boys. We're back in black.
Oh, starting with an absolute blowout.
That's
Yay.
right. 7-0 Eagles taking on 1-5-1 Texans and Houston.
Okay, I'll start the party. Philadelphia is going to absolutely annihilate the Houston Texans 35-3.
I'll go 34. I'll go 33. I'll go 34-3.
Yeah, I got 31-10.
Yeah,
I say 31-10 Philly, yeah.
Oh,
I'm,
dude,
going, I'm going literally the same score, 31-10 Philly.
Oh, you guys are being too generous.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Yeah, why are you guys being so nice? Give me Philadelphia in this one 38-0.
Jesus.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
38-0, no mercy. I got Philly's defense in one of my fantasy leagues, so I need them to ball out.
Oh, they're going to ball out for sure.
Rocket picked the Texans. He's going against the grain.
Yeah.
No.
He,
Got the Texans 2-0.
yeah.
All right. Next one is the Chargers and the Falcons. It is the first Sunday night or Sunday morning game, shall we say, Sunday afternoon game. It'll be in Atlanta.
Oh, if this is a tricky one.
Yep. The Chargers are going to be coming off their bye week, so you know they're going to be looking to make a couple splashes, but it just all depends on who the Chargers are actually going to have out there on the field because there's no guarantee that Keenan Allen will even be back this week still. There's no guarantee. And I think Jalen Guyton still is on the shelf right now for the Chargers as well.
It's really tough to pick.
You know what? I'll start it off. I'm going to start it off with an upset. 1 o'clock going on the East Coast. Give me Atlanta 24-21.
Wow.
Nice.
Chargers did get blown out by double digits by the Seahawks.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm gonna go 21-20. Damn. My brain is blocked. The Falcons over the Chargers.
Yeah.
I don't trust the Chargers going on the East Coast.
No.
Not at all. I am going to go with Atlanta in a close one. I'm going to go 27-20, 27-21.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to go with Atlanta also, but I'm going to go Atlanta 27, Chargers 26.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got I think the time change going across country and all that good stuff's gonna get them. So I think it'll be 21-17 Falcons.
Yeah. All right, next one. Here we go. Next one is the Dolphins and the Bears at Soldier Field.
I'm gonna go Miami.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
Miami.
I gotta go Miami as well. I'm gonna go Miami 24-17.
I'm gonna go Miami. I'm gonna go 24-17. 24-16.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Miami in this one, 31-14.
Yeah, Ezra, your Bears fucked me out of my pick. I can't do it this week. I'm going Miami 31-20.
Yeah, I got Miami too. I think it'd be probably 34-21.
All right.
All right, next one. America's game of the week: Panthers and the Bengals.
Hey, Steven, your favorite team is in action.
Give me Cincinnati. I'm gonna go Cincinnati. I'm gonna go 20-24. I'm gonna go 24-13.
This is a little tricky one for me because I don't trust Cincinnati's offensive line, and Carolina's going to score because PJ Walker's been balling, man. I hate Carolina, but PJ Walker is better than Darnold and Baker put together. So he's actually getting the ball to DJ Moore. Give me Cincinnati 27-20 over Carolina.
Ooh.
And plus Deontay Foreman balled out last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't pick against my fantasy QB and my fantasy wide receiver. Give me Joe Burrow or Joe Cool and the Bengals. I'm gonna say 31-19.
Ooh. Okay.
Well, you better tell him if he's going to be Joe Cool. You don't need to be Joe Dirt as much as he gets put in the damn dirt. Better tell his damn line to block.
I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna go 27-10 Bengals.
Ooh.
All right, Randy.
Yeah, 28-17 Cincinnati. Oh, Sprocket likes the Bengals too, he said.
Oh yeah, where's the star of the show? Where's Sprocket at?
He's running around here somewhere. I'll get him in a minute.
Carolina.
This way, yeah, he's. I don't know what he's doing. Ripping something up. It sounds like.
Hopefully, it's the Carolina.
All right, I think we got I think we have an NFC North showdown next, right?
Yes, we do. Packers and the Lions at Detroit.
Oh my God. Why do you have to make this game so freaking difficult?
Battle of the shits.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going. You know what? Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. I'm going to Lions. I'm gonna go to Lions 21-14.
You know, if Detroit still had TJ Hawkinson, I probably would have gone with Detroit in this one. But since they don't, I'm actually going to pick Green Bay in a very close one. I think it's going to be Green Bay 21, Detroit 17.
I'm going to go with Green Bay in this one. I'm going to go 20-17 on a Mason Crosby game-winning field goal.
Yeah, I got Packers 27-24, same way.
All right, Kevin.
I'm gonna go. This is again kind of like the ownership deal. Aaron Rodgers on Green Bay, on Detroit. I'm gonna go with Green Bay in a close one though, because I think Amon St. Brown is still gonna get off. But give me Green Bay 20-17.
Ooh, same score. Nice.
Go.
And there goes the cat.
Yeah, you hear him? Good Lord.
Yeah, there goes Sprocket.
There goes. Was that Sprocket? Was that Sprocket or a herd of horses? I'm not sure.
He didn't like my score. He wanted to lie.
Yeah, he took off. He said, "That's
it was
enough."
the Four Horsemen.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
All right, next
like all four
game.
of
Next game is the Raiders and the Jaguars in TIA Bakefield and Jacksonville.
Jesus, you have to make this so difficult, Vegas.
Jaguars 70. That's my score. Jaguars 70, Raiders 0.
No.
I'm turning my back. I'm done with it. I'm completely done. they've given up, so I have to.
I'm gonna go Jacksonville. I'm gonna go in a close one. I'm gonna say 17-13.
So Randy, you actually picking Jacksonville over the Raiders this week?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
The downward spiral is on the way. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Give me Jacksonville. I'm gonna go 17-16.
Ooh, same scores the Colts in Washington.
with one positive note, if this game was in Vegas at 4:15, I would pick the Raiders. But I'm gonna go by it being on the East Coast in Florida. I'm going Jacksonville in a close one. Give me Jacksonville 23-16.
Ooh.
All right.
right.
You know what? I'm actually gonna go Jacksonville 17-15.
Wow.
17.
Carlson's the best player, so yeah.
Adams.
Carlson's the only player they got that's any good. So I mean, why not give him 5 field goals? You know,
Yeah, that's about all you're gonna get out of them.
that's it. Yeah, I mean, maybe we can. Maybe he can be quarterback. I don't know. Let's try it. What's it gonna hurt?
Yes, or we could see a touchdown and a safety.
Safety. No, the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders' defense have to do something. So no.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, next up, Colts and the Patriots.
Give me the
Foxborough.
Patriots. Give me the Patriots.
If only Peyton Manning and Tom Brady were still the quarterbacks, this would be a surefire rivalry, but it's not anymore.
Oh, it's a fire robbery, all right. A fire dumpster. Dumpster fire.
That's right.
Give me the Patriots. I'm going to go New England 23-12.
Oh, that's an odd score. Look at
You ain't
that.
gonna like this one then. I got an even odder score. Give me the Patriots over the Colts 13-11.
Whoa!
Game winning field goal.
22,
Wow.
22-16.
I got 2010 Patriots.
Okay.
All right. Let me see. I'm gonna go with the Patriots as well. Even though Jonathan Taylor's on my fantasy team, he really needs to pick it up, or else he might not have a job on my squad next year. But yeah, give me New England in this one. You know what? Give me New England 10-9.
What?
That's old school there.
10-9.
10-9?
Nah. I'm just kidding with y'all. I'm just kidding with y'all. Give me New England in this one 17-10.
Okay, that's more respectable.
Respectable. That's actually more believable. Fuck. I've heard better scores from Colin Cowherd.
Yeah, I have too.
Next up is the Bills and the Jets.
Wow, this is a
AFC
tricky
East
one.
down.
This is a
Bill, I'm gonna tell you know what? Fuck this. Bills 34, Jets 17.
Whoa, out the gate, son.
Yeah, give me Buffalo in this one. I'm going to go 35.
Josh Allen throws for 3 touchdowns.
Oh,
no, I'm actually going to go Buffalo 37-20.
I'm going to go Buffalo. It's going to be a little closer. I'm going to go Buffalo 34-26.
Ooh.
I'm going to go closer, but I'm also going to go lower because the Jets are number 4 in the NFL in defense. Sauce Gardner is that dude. Give me Buffalo and Josh Allen's just too talented. 27-21.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, Randy.
All right, Sprocket, what you got? There he is.
Hey, there he is.
He's dead. He ran.
I guess after running like horses for a little bit, he's finally decided to crash.
He ran twice.
He's got the Bills. He's got the Bills over the Jets. Plus, feed me some meow mix.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. plus treats. Plus treats.
No.
Oh, the Bills 31, 31-20.
Sprocket.
Oh, he's leaving.
All right,
He's
I
out.
think we got just one more 1 o'clock game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
What in the world, Kevin? What is that in your background?
That's awesome.
I know it's backer, but it says select all the images where Russell Westbrook's 3-point is hit.
That's awesome.
And he got excited.
David, it's one of those security. It's one of those capture security images where you gotta like select all the palm trees.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Select all the images of where Russell Westbrook's 3-point is hit. And all of them selected. Every single one of them. Top of the rim, top of the goal, side of the rim, under the goal. Here is 3-pointers.
Oh. Whoever created that meme, you are the best.
Except, don't get this. Here's the listen.
you
Here's the
must share that
ironic
in the
part.
group. You must share that in the group.
Listen, here's the
Yes.
ironic part. The images with the rim aren't even selected. They don't even-
Damn, that's amazing.
Oh, that's amazing.
So,
Kevin, if you don't share that with the group, you're not coming on the show next week.
Let's see.
All right.
He's gonna
All right,
compromise.
back to
Hey,
the
you know what?
so
Hey,
Did
don't
everybody
you could
get
create
the
another
scores
one
for the
saying,
Jets and the Bills?
check all the baskets where Anthony Davis's 3-point shots would go.
It would
You'll
be
just
not
go-
selected because he'd be on the floor.
yeah,
That's true too.
it would show.
Select all the
Bills
areas
and
on
Jets.
Anthony Davis that are bandaged up.
It would just show the bench.
They did everybody. Hey, guys,
Oh, Kevin, that's awesome, bro.
that is. All right, guys. Did everybody get their scores in for the Bills and the Jets?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Vikings and Commanders in Washington.
Ooh. It's gonna be.
I gotta go
you
to
know-
Vikings. I'm gonna go 27-24.
I'm gonna go Minnesota in a close one. I'm gonna go 24-20.
Yeah, as good as Washington has been over the past 3 weeks, with them running that 3-game win streak, Kirk Cousins is finally going to prove why Washington should not have let him go. It's going to be a close one, though. Give me Minnesota. I'll go 27-23.
You know what? It's about that time for Kirk Cousins to have him a duck game. So, with that being said, it's too late in the week for TJ Hawkinson to actually play and be a weapon. And no Irv Smith for 8 to 10 weeks, and Adam Thielen might not play. I'm going with the Commanders. Give me the Commanders.
Wow.
24-20.
Wow.
Over the Vikings.
Same score as me, but opposite. I
Kirk Cousins,
love it.
3 picks and 5 sacks.
Wow.
All right, Randy.
All right, I got. I'm thinking Minnesota probably pull it out. But it'd be close. 24-21.
Ooh.
That's gonna be a good game.
All right.
Ooh.
Now we just got a pair of 4 o'clock games.
Yes, we do. Seattle Sea Chickens versus the Arizona Chickens.
You know what? I'm feeling pretty confident in this one. I'm gonna go Seattle.
Whoa.
I'm gonna go Seattle in a close one. I'm gonna go 24-17.
Stop it.
Okay.
Man, I want to pick Seattle because I like Pete Carroll. I mean, not talking about being a 49er fan, just as a football fan, I like Pete Carroll. I'm going to actually go Arizona, though. Hopkins is just unstoppable with Kyler Murray. It's going to be high scored. I'm going to go 34-31 Arizona.
All right.
You know what? That's actually my same exact score, Kevin. 34-31 Arizona.
Yeah. Oh my. I got. I think Arizona might pull it out. The 27-21.
All right, Ezra.
I'm going 31-28 Seattle.
Ooh. All right.
All right. Oh God, not this game.
No.
The Rams and
Stop
the
it.
4Cs. I mean, the Bucks.
Oof.
Why
Oh,
is this such a
God.
hard game to pick? Oh,
Yeah, because they
Oh,
both
no,
suck
not for me.
ass.
It's not hard for me to pick.
of course, asshole.
Yeah, of course it ain't for you, Randy.
No, you already know. Just go ahead and put a score in there, Joseph. Whatever you want.
Sometimes these games,
1-0.
these
Yeah,
games.
you ain't got it. Yeah, yeah, Randy, you ain't even got to give a score because we all know who you know. Because
Okay.
we all know who you gonna
I said
pick.
1-0. 1-0.
Wow. Again, unrealistic,
Or
pathetic.
2-0. 2-0.
Okay, fine. 2.
Sometimes
Wow.
these,
It ain't
sometimes
gonna
these
happen.
games, man. These games, sometimes these games in this league separates me more than Tom and Giselle.
Damn.
I get to make jokes about this all damn day.
Oh, it's yes.
I'm gonna go with the Rams. I'm going to go 20. I'm gonna go. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go 23-17.
I'm gonna go with the Rams in a close one. I don't feel good about it because both teams stink. I'm gonna go LA. I'm gonna go 21-16.
Yeah, I'm not feeling good about this game either, but I'll take the Rams. I'll go with the Rams 24-17.
I don't like this game at all because both teams are utter disappointment. But I believe in my whole heart the Rams have more problems than the Bucks, so I'm going to go with the Bucks in a close one.
Wow, look at this
Give me
again.
the Bucks 20
Wow.
to 20
Wow.
because I trust the Bucks defense more than I do the Rams defense. I don't trust either offense.
Next game on the list is the Titans and the Chiefs.
Oh,
Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football, baby.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
give
Kansas
me
City.
Kansas City in this one. Patrick Mahomes. He got inducted into the Texas Tech Sports Hall of Fame over this past weekend. So you better believe he's going to be coming out guns a-blazing against Tennessee. Give me Kansas City in this one. I'm going to go 38-23.
I'm gonna go Kansas City in a close one. I'm gonna go 28-24.
You know what, Steven?
Okay.
That's my exact same score.
Wow.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go with the analytics here. Andy Reid is like Bill Belichick in the Super Bowl coming off.
Please don't go with analytics. I mean, come on. Steven can barely understand simple math, let alone analytics.
I'm just saying, Andy Reid coming off a bye is like beating like the top-notch god, basically. Like you're not gonna beat Andy Reid off a bye. So give me the Chiefs. I don't even know if Tannehill plays, and they don't trust Malik Willis. Obviously, they're trying to run.
You talking about Willis?
What you talking about?
They don't trust him. I'm gonna go the Chiefs 33-20 over the Titans.
Okay.
All right, Randy.
Yeah. I don't trust Andy Reid's Waffle House menu to get through this one. So I'm gonna go with. I think Derrick Henry's finally figuring it out. I'm going to turn it around a little bit. But I think it'll be 27-24 Tennessee.
Oh,
wow.
I'm gonna go 33-24 Tennessee over Kansas City.
Oh, you changed your mind. Nice.
Oh, you did. Yeah, you did change your mind.
Yeah, I gotta go. I can't, dude. Tennessee is like my second home. Plus, I believe in the King, Derrick Henry.
Yep.
I believe in King Henry. I believe
All right,
in King
Monday Night
Henry.
Football. to
I'm Henry the
close out
Eighth.
the
I
week.
am.
Monday night.
Who is it?
Monday Night
The
Football. to close
Ravens
out the week.
and the Saints.
Oh,
Give me Baltimore in this one.
Give me
I'm going to go Baltimore 27-17.
dude, I'm not even gonna go there.
I'm gonna go 24-13.
I'm not even gonna pick Baltimore by double digits because I don't trust them in double digit figures. I am gonna go with Baltimore in this one, but I'm gonna go a little closer. I'm gonna go Baltimore. I'm gonna go 20. Let's see, I'm gonna go 27 to 20.
I thought when you said you were going to trust them in double digits, I thought your score was going to be like 8-4.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Baltimore Falcons 29-24 over the 29-24, the Baltimore Falcons.
All right, Randy, close us out, man.
I got Baltimore. Let's see here. 27-21.
All right, well, that'll do it for another week of predictions.
Yes, it does. This week of predictions is sponsored by Mongrovian Sheik's Help Guide and Motivational Guide. If you need to get motivated, just listen to him because he'll make sure that you're not like that jabroni the Hulk Hogan.
We'll learn the karate.
Yeah, because if you don't get motivated, he'll put you in cannibal clutch and make you humble.
That old dirty son of a bitch.
Break your back, make you humble. Yes.
As Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, "Nah." All right. We got about 10-15 minutes. So let's talk about NBA.
Where do we even start? Oh, we'll start with the shit show that is the Los Angeles Lakers. And by the way, thank you, Kevin, for the sponsorship of that imagery for selecting the caption for that you're not a robot by selecting all of the non-Russell Westbrook 3-pointers that are hitting the rim. Thank you very much. Gold.
Hey, real quick, I was wondering if you guys wanted to cover what the college football rankings. The first
no, I didn't see
today.
that. Randy, do you have everything in front of you about that?
Yeah, I do have it right here.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's lead on to that.
I'm not sure the order. I just have it real quick here. But these are the four teams are Tennessee, Georgia, Clemson, and Ohio State.
Ooh.
Alabama and some team. I'm not sure where they're from. I think up north somewhere. They're in there too. Yeah. Oh, is that what they're called? I've never really heard of them.
But you know, and those rankings might take a drastic turn this upcoming week because number 1 Tennessee is going up against number 3 Georgia in Athens this weekend.
That's gonna be great.
That's going to be a great ass matchup.
That's going to be a great game, yes.
And then, of course, later on that night, my number 6 Alabama boys are going to be taking on the number 10 LSU Tigers in Baton Rouge.
That's going to be good.
That's going to be good. You know, 2 good SEC games back to back.
Yes. Those would be great games.
Yes.
Yeah, I ain't got much to say about the NBA other than the fact that the Lakers are just flat out garbage as always.
Yeah.
And the simple fact that the Brooklyn Nets, they fired Steve Nash.
Fired head coach Steve Nash, and now they're chasing after Ime Udoka.
Yeah, I guess they don't care about infidelity.
Yeah, the Nets have pretty much said that if Ime Udoka wants a job, it's his.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Unreal that the Nets are still where they are, and KD still had an opportunity to leave and go to a different team, but no, he decides to stay and suffer.
Yeah, but what in the world happened to the Warriors over the weekend, Kevin? I mean, losing back-to-back games to the Hornets and the Pistons? What in the world?
We see this with Golden State every time they win a championship. It's early in the season. They don't care. They're just trying to figure out them young guys getting a rotation. They wait till about December to start playing. We seen it when after Durant and them won the championship in 17, turn around in 18, they started out like 500 till like January, and then they took off. It's like they just try to let the young guys play some before the playoffs, and then they can't play anymore. They're just trying to like build. They build in Golden State. Speaking of that, they did pick up the 4th year and 5th year options on James Wiseman, Jonathan Kuminga, and Moses Moody.
Nice.
So,
Wow. Wow. Good deal.
but I do want to bring up something. I know I seen on Twitter the other day that Adrian Wojnarowski posted that the league is trying to come up with a ceiling so players can't pay or owners can't pay the luxury tax. I guess too many people's crying and bitching about Golden State being able to draft well and pay those guys. I see no problem with it. They're not
Me
out there
neither.
signing LeBron
That's
James,
great.
Anthony Davis, and then trying to go into luxury tax. These guys were homegrown. Jordan Poole was drafted. Steph Curry was drafted. Klay Thompson was drafted. James Wiseman was drafted. Andrew Wiggins was chewed up and spit out. They picked him up basically to rejuvenate his career. Why punish Golden State and Bob Myers and Joe Lacob for something that the league and other teams can't figure out? That's their problem, not a league-wide problem and Golden State being unfair. That's stupid. That's why the NBA PA is not going to vote on it. They're all going to decline it because it's stupid not to be able to reward your homegrown drafted players. That's dumb.
Yeah. But on a quick note, real quick, before we get back to the NBA, I'm looking at a score update right now, and in the bottom of the second, the Phillies are already up on the Houston Astros 3-0.
What?
Wow.
3-0 Phillies right now in the bottom of the second.
Wow.
Wow.
I told y'all I wouldn't be surprised if Philly walks out with this win tonight. I will not be surprised.
That's it.
All right. Anybody want to talk about that?
Lance McCullers from Houston is getting his butt tore up.
Dang.
All right. Let's get back to talking about how the Lakers are complete and utter fucking trash.
Well, I mean, you pretty much said it right there, Ezra. We ain't got much to say about that.
Okay.
Well,
Next topic.
Hey, did you guys actually catch where Anthony Davis got hurt by just hanging on the rim the other night? Lower back pain. No, I'm serious too. He missed 2 games.
Wow.
With lower back stiffness from hanging on the rim.
Oh my god.
Someone said he's got the knees of a 6-month-old baby. I can't unsee it now.
You've been hurt more times than Mary J. Blige.
Oh.
Oh,
That's it.
or Miss Jackson.
Yeah. That is the truth. Sir.
But outside of that, really. Oh wait, hold on. Did we just see another? And where am I running behind here on this NBA game?
Which one?
The one, or not NBA, MLB right now.
Oh, remember.
We just saw another home run, or is this one from earlier?
I think it's from earlier. Let me look and see.
Me trying to do.
Nope, it is. No, it is. No, it is another home run. 4-0 Phillies now.
Wow. Holy
4-0
shit.
Phillies.
Whoa.
Marsh
Wow.
went 358
Two out, single homer.
Damn, now we're
Jeez.
talking about the Houston Falcons.
A two-run homer for the Phillies in the bottom of the first by Bryce Harper.
Who is
now
that?
2 home runs by Alec Boehm and Brandon Marsh.
I think it's
That guy looks homeless. What was it? He's a
Hey, by the way, they just threw up the too sweet.
yes.
Too sweet.
They did. He just threw up the too sweet.
Hey, speaking of which, you might see that in action on Saturday at noon when we see Crown Jewel from Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
And when the OC taking on the Judgment Day.
And that's a very interesting thing. And I know it's probably going to be discussed on the Nation's Corner on Saturday. But as you know, also, at the same time, there's that situation involving 1/3 the machine gun, Carl Anderson. And of course, Carl Anderson was set originally to defend the never openweight championship against Hikuleo at Battle Autumn the same day. However, because of him signing with WWE and WWE commitments going first, Crown Jewel, he had to go there first. Plus, it's a bigger payday for him too, also in the long run,
Yep.
which makes sense. But that's a whole different sector for the Nation's Corner to discuss. But it's going to be, the whole situation is going to be interesting because they said that there is a possible imminent attack from Iran to Saudi Arabia, but we'll see if that happens and if it affects the Crown Jewel pay-per-view. But Nation's Corner definitely has got some stuff to cover, man. On Saturday night, they'll have Crown Jewel to cover, and depending on who they get for the show, maybe they'll cover New Japan's Battle Autumn event. But that's for the Nation's Corner. As for the sports show, any other things you guys want to cover before we close out here today?
I'm good, man.
I'm good.
I think I'm good.
All right, you know the drill. Final thoughts. Randy, you're up first, bud.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me again, guys. It was great to be back. Kind of missed this, and I kind of miss it. I did miss it, and I missed it. Russell Westbrook's shot selection back there. I missed it. That's how much I missed it. And as always, thanks for having me. And I hope everybody has a great rest of their week. And we'll see you next week.
All right, sounds good, man. Glad to have you back, brother. Good job tonight.
Thanks.
Yep. And all right, let's go to Joey. You're up, man.
Hey, once again, another great show with you fine gentlemen. I'm thankful that I get to come on here every single week to talk sports with you guys. Like I said in my intro earlier, NFL's heating up with here in mid-season. World Series is heating up. NBA is heating up. College football heating up. So what can I say other than enjoy the sports and enjoy the action and enjoy the entertainment?
Definitely.
Yep, absolutely. Kevin?
Yeah, it was another good show with you guys. Clowning football teams, score predictions, talking about the World Series, NBA, all the sports that are taking over now. College football, and yeah, Randy, we missed you like the Raiders missed the end zone. So welcome back, buddy. And
that's it.
I was gonna say we missed you like Russell Westbrook missed the rim.
Yeah, like my picture there. That's how much we missed you. Just like my picture.
That is so gold right there, I swear.
Nah, but it's been a good show with you guys, and look to see the results for this Sunday's games, and hopefully we won't be scratching our heads after Sunday. But you know what? It's the NFL, and who knows? So I hope everybody has a good rest of the week and enjoy it and be safe.
Absolutely. Steven, you know the drill, brother.
Man, as always, great show with you fine gentlemen. Randy, glad to have you back on, clowning your favorite quarterback, Tom Brady, and sorry about your Raiders missing the end zone. But the Raiders have missed the end zone. But we definitely missed you, brother. And glad to have you back on the show, man. And just awesome show talking about football, baseball, little basketball, all that fine stuff. And again, you can follow us on Twitter at @ON_sports show, Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show. Also, smash that subscribe button at YouTube.com/Our Nation Sports Show. Also, follow the award-winning Nation's Corner on Twitter at Nation's Corner, and everywhere else on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. It is at the Nation's Corner. Ezra, wrap us up, my friend.
Absolutely. Definitely. Thank you guys. Thank you to the whole crew here. It's glad to have the 5-person team back. Definitely. It's been a great show. We got through everything we needed to discuss. Next week, we'll be back with our week 9 results, as well as our week 10 recap. Also, hopefully we'll be able to discuss the end of the World Series. Maybe we'll see how the playoffs go. As we said right now, it's 4-0. Phillies over the Astros. You can watch it right now on Fox. Of course, don't forget NXT is also live right now on the USA Network. Watch that as well. And of course, Nation's Corner will take care of you for all your wrestling needs this Saturday. So with that being said, for Kevin Rory, for Randy Gyron, for Joseph Thornton, and for Stephen Wyand, I am Ezra Vickery, and we will see you right here next week for another great edition of our Nation Sports Show. Take care, everybody, and have a great weekend. Peace.